I would say that audience are so much more ready and so much more open to new ideas. Punch Drunk Sleep No More, that opens the box office pre-sale, boom, all gone. And then you start to see immersive theaters work made in China, and people start to explore new forms. People start to be even more curious about the possibility to explore further different new art form, different way of expressing through body, through language, through digital arts. Yeah, surprises for me is known. It comes in different size and shapes and timing. In Guangzhou, when we tour Merchant of Venice with Shakespeare's Globe, at Guangzhou Opera House, and just when the first shows kicked off, then the audience responded to the production in a completely unexpected way. They laugh at Sherlock's pain. They burst into laughter and clap when he got spit on. We were completely shocked. We never expect this. And so the next day, we spent a long time discussing why and how to cope with this. And we also, overnight, I talked to the venues, and thanks so much, the Guangzhou Opera House. They were so good. They were so supportive. They collect a lot of online comments. We read through a lot of them, and then we realized that in the junior high school textbook, the trial scenes was part of the textbooks, and in the textbooks it simply said Sherlock is a bad person and Antonio is the good person. Then we did a lot of things. We tried to change all the synopsis in a very neutral way, so the audience won't come in with reading the synopsis and have already decided that Sherlock is the baddie. And we look through any possible judgmental words of the subtitle. We work till like 3 a.m. Just to make sure that the message we pass out is a neutral one. And in fact, Jonathan Pryce, who plays Charlotte, he said it. Say the reason he always hated this role, and the reason why he took up this role is because in the time the otherness was rejected, with all the refugee problems, all the immigrations, terrorism, and the whole world is turning into a places that only accept this us against others. So he really want to bring this play to China and try to encourage people to see this in a different light and take a different stand and feel how the other sides are feeling. So that started as the biggest surprise and almost a little bit nasty surprise. And then turned out that we really learn, and then we also listen to the audience. In our first after-show discussion, we turned the table around. Audience was, at first, they thought they come into the after-show discussions being able to ask Jonathan Pryce all the questions they want. They didn't expect that I say, well, we are not answering any of your questions. We are going to ask you questions. So the actors kicked off with a lot of questions, and the audience debate. They debated in the auditorium, and then they stand up. So many hands raised up, like they want to say how they feel about it, and we learned so much about Chinese audience, and it was so beautiful that night in the auditorium. And I swear that if it's not because it's 11 p.m., we will carry on for another 2 hours, easy. And you know, this is what it is. Like sometimes a nasty surprise will turn into the best things happens to the tour. But we also tour to Tier 2 city, and then with smaller shows. The experience, it's in the end, it's very rewarding. We will have a bigger challenge in terms of the finance or the number of the show. Sometimes they cannot take off the same numbers of the show as first tier city. But then from our experience, the audience in second and the third tier city, they are actually really eager to see something different and really quality work. They appreciate them because we make a decision that, especially when we go to second or the third tier city, we took Arthur Peter's The Little Magic Girls, children's sort of a family show, and it has been running at Sadler's Wells this year is the third year. So every Christmas, it's a Sadler's Wells Christmas family show. And so we took the Little Magic Girls to Zhuhai, to Zhangjiagang, to Nanjing, and of course also Beijing and Guangzhou. So afterwards, I will have parents come to me and say, we are so interested in this choreographer's work. We want to know more about what else he does, and what's his influence, what's his nationality, and can you just explain this to us? And then is there any website that we can see more of his work? And we really need more quality children productions to come to our city, stuff like that. And you know, when you hear audience asking you things like this, you know, all your hard work just paid off. This is actually advice I gave to any company who come talk to me. First, know yourself. Know why you want to tour China. Then secondly, ask around. Other people's experiences are always valuable, and I suppose the third suggestion I would say is be patient and relax, and do not feel that everything has to happen immediately, and then also not measuring your own success, and learn from what you have already achieved, and then based on that you could grow from that experience.